Hello! Today I'll be reviewing the film Mommie Dearest from 1981. There won't be any spoilers, so if you have not seen the movie yet, it is safe to keep watching. So this was a movie that was actually critically panned at the time. It came out in 1981, but in my personal opinion, what made it so bad at the time is the same thing that makes it great today and explains why this movie has become a cult classic. So, it is extremely genre bending. It's a drama. Then it seems like a comedy. Then it is a complete camp fest. Then you might think you are watching a thriller, and it also feels even like a horror movie at times. Now, there aren't any supernatural elements or anything like that, but it just seems to have that horror movie feel at certain points. Now, we have all these genres mashed together, and I think a 1981 audience just didn't have an appreciation for that the way a lot of people really love that today. I know I love that, and tastes change over time as movie making evolves. We don't like the same things we liked in 2001 or 91 or 81. Now, I want to talk about the title. They have misspelled mommy by putting an IE on the end. And I think that is obviously done to imply that we are dealing with a completely different kind of mother here. And I do want to point out that if you are trying to find this movie on Showtime and you spell mommy the correct way, no results will come up. So make sure you do spell it Mommie in the search mechanism if you want to be able to find it. Okay, besides the genre bending, what makes this movie special are the universal themes. We explore unhealthy mother-daughter relationships, the nature of adoptive parenthood, the definition of abuse, and the power of resilience for both a parent and a child. It's deep stuff that concerns many of us. This movie could basically be relevant to anyone. As for the acting, Faye Dunaway, who plays Joan Crawford, gives a brilliant performance that makes us not only be repulsed by her, and I mean really repulsed, but it also makes us want to empathize with her because she is this fading starlet who wants to save her career. And we've seen that plot in movies before, but there's something about the way she portrays this that makes it really fresh. And even though we hate her for how she treats her daughter, we still want to root for her in other respects. So Faye Dunaway does a fabulous job with, connecting with the viewer and making the viewer actually root for her at certain points. Now, the daughter, Christina, or Tina, as she is nicknamed, is played by Mara Hobel, and I do apologize if I did not pronounce that correctly. And she's played by Mara when the scenes explore her early childhood. And she is just fabulous. She portrays pain, humiliation, and exasperation, all with these facial expressions, which I found really impressive. It was quite an extraordinary feat for an actor of that young age. I was definitely blown away and impressed. Now, when Christina gets into her teenage years, she is then played by Diana Scarwid, who gives what I call an angelic performance. We can see the damage that she has suffered, but she still makes Christina seem so good at the core. In my opinion, this film was perfectly cast, both with the actresses playing the daughter and, of course, with Faye Dunaway as the mother. Now, onto the plot. Through everything that happens, we become appalled by this completely dysfunctional relationship. As a viewer, I kept saying to myself, I hope that didn't really happen that way in real life. I kept saying that over and over again with some of the stuff. And, through Googling, I found out that a lot of it didn't actually happen, but there is, in fact, documentation that some of the really bad stuff did, in fact, transpire. That's very scary to me, but there's documentation that at least proves some of it. But overall, the plot is designed well to keep the viewer engaged. I don't want to give anything away in case you haven't seen it, so I won't talk anymore about the plot. So here are my final thoughts on the film. Mommie Dearest is a worthwhile watch about an abusive relationship between a parent and a child. It contains themes that transcend time. And if you like genre benders or camp, high camp, you will likely have an affinity for this film. As I said before, it is currently streaming on Showtime if you want to check it out.